What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Turbo today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 17th day of September, and here we are sitting at about, whoa, put on the wrong thing there, $0.0426 right now. 4 days, 2 hours left in this week here. It's been a while since we talked about Turbo, but you guys, we haven't really moved anywhere over the past 4 weeks, and I think this video is coming in at just the right time, right before we see the massive move up. You guys know that Turbo is one of the few meme coins we follow, right? Turbo, T-Bull, Toshi. Toshi's up 52% today. I have a feeling it's just a matter of time before it's Turbo's turn to do the same thing, man. We're going to see, like, genuinely, it could be tomorrow. It could be next week. I would think by the end of this month, we're going to be up sizably higher than we are now. You're coming to the end of this consolidation phase here. It's a symmetrical triangle. It might even be a diamond, right? It very well could be a diamond. Symmetrical triangles sometimes are diamond patterns, just the second half of that. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I feel very comfortable in just saying it's an overall consolidation phase after a nice move up. So my expectation with this kind of even horizontal channel, whatever you want to call it, with this kind of consolidation would be that we continue to move up in the same fashion that we moved into this pattern. And I wouldn't be surprised in the least if the next move was bigger than the move that brought us up here. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm saying that from the low on April 7th to the high on May 5th, and we've just been consolidating since, I'm saying that from that low there on September 1st of this month, we should see a move that takes you to new all-time highs. And I just said, I think this next move will be bigger than the last move. It makes all the sense in the world that it would be bigger. Why? Because if we're breaking out to new all-time highs, why would we stop there? Why, after basically 3/4 of a year, and maybe it's a little closer to a full year by the time we get up there, would you stop right above this area? You're finally breaking out to new all-time highs. Why would you stop there? Whenever you broke out to new relative highs here, I mean, you stopped here, but once you got to new all-time highs, did you stop right above there? No, you went higher. You went dramatically higher. We take a high to low here. High to low here overall, you went to your 1272, and that's where you stopped. You went to your 1414, that's where you stopped. You went all the way down to the 886, 786, which typically going from the 1414, 1272 zone, you do go back to this zone, this exact area that you went to. If you've been following the channel, if you're watching this right now and it's your first time hearing this and you're thinking, oh, he's just saying that. If you've been watching the channel for the 3 years that it's been out, if you've been watching it even for a month, you've at least heard me say this one time, if not probably a lot more, that when you find resistance here, it's very common to go to the 786, 886 area. It's very common to go to that area. Okay, so that's all in conjecture with the idea that we do go higher. We find support here. What's that mean next? That would next mean that we go to the golden ratio, at least. Sorry, I thought that I was pulling the wrong thing. At least, if not, maybe higher, right? The 1886200 area. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you went there. Now, will you be there by the end of October? Are you going to see this movement take place right now that begins? Is it going to take the same amount of time as this? Probably not. I think it's going to take a longer time, but overall, you're going to move up. You're not going to consolidate like this again until you're probably up here, which is all the way at about 8.8 cents to 13.7 cents. You're not even worth half a cent right now. I think that's where you're going to be by the end of the year. You got a lot of growth at the very least to see by the end of this year. With the current movement that I'm projecting, I think it's safe to say that you would see something on the lines of a 4x or more by the end of October. 4x or more by the end of October. By the end of the year, at least a 7x. But I genuinely would expect you to see to 20x to a 33x move. You could see some crazy stuff. You guys, what is Turbo's market cap? I know it's not terribly high, but I know it's not terribly low either. What is it? 294 million. Yeah, that's pretty low, right? A 100x would put you at $30 billion, and $30 billion is a lot of money. But we've seen cryptos, meme coins even, hit that kind of market cap or higher in their first bull market. Shiba Inu, which Turbo is definitely better fundamentally than Shiba Inu is, in my opinion. Shiba Inu saw a $50 billion market cap last cycle. A 100x from here would put you at 2/3 of that, right? That's completely possible. It doesn't, just because I'm saying that doesn't mean that it'll get there. Hell, I just said that, let's take it a step further. I just said that Turbo has better fundamentals than Shiba Inu. At least I think it does. You know, I mean, we could debate that all day, I suppose. But I do think it's an up-and-coming coin that has really interesting prospects, and the meme coin markets are definitely more prominent this cycle than they were last cycle, but time will tell. Getting to those levels of valuation is not easy. Not every coin can do that. But what I'm trying to say here, taking it a step further, is what if you see a valuation that's higher than Shiba Inu did last cycle? What if you get to a 60 billion or an 80 billion valuation, which that's crazy. Not many coins, even the best fundamentally speaking coins, do not see a 60 to 80 billion dollar market cap, or maybe they do, but that's like the limits of what they can see in their first cycle, right? XRP and Ethereum are the only cryptos that have ever gone above $100 billion in their first cycle. So I don't think you're going to get anywhere past that. But $60 to $80 billion is attainable at the very least. So whenever I tell you that a 100x is possible with Turbo, hell, a 200x is possible with Turbo. We got a lot of room to grow. So when I tell you that we're at 13.7 to 8.8 cents by the end of this year, and I'm expecting the end of the cycle to be in Q2 of 2026, yeah, that's absolutely possible. Yeah, Turbo's been consolidating, you guys. We've got a massive, I would call this is a diamond pattern. I think this overall is a diamond pattern. We've got it here. You've got the higher highs, the lower lows, the lower highs here, the higher lows there. It's an overall diamond pattern. I think the shape is very obvious. And with this, you can see some high velocity moves. When you break out of a diamond pattern, they're known for high velocity moves, okay, in whatever direction they break. They're also known for little throwbacks. Sometimes you break out one direction and you throw back the other direction, but I don't think that you're going to break out to the downside and then throw back up. I don't think we're going to break out to the downside, and I don't see you breaking out just to give it back. I do think that you're overall in a very bullish posture and that you will move up higher. So with that, high velocity. Sometimes, it's like 50-50. Sometimes you do just continue. You don't throw it back at all. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if this next move, again, going with the idea of not necessarily a bull flag, but a reciprocated, a replicated move of what we saw back here, but larger. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw prices well above even 2 cents by the end of October. But something that's at least above 1.5 cents. That'd be my guess, right? That I would very much think 1.5 cents or more is coming over the next 6 weeks. We've got a lot of growth to go in a very short amount of time. It's fantastic. It's quite fantastic. I hope everybody's prepared. If we're looking at this here, looking at this from an overall high to a low right there, the expectation that I have in my mind would be that we do see, and I was going off of this high to low before, but I think that if we take this into consideration, maybe let's overlay them. Let's do that, okay? Let's overlay them. High to a low here. Yeah, golden ratio is right there. That's with your minimum target at the 1272, which was the minimum target you hit last time, right? You actually ended up at the 1414. The 1886 lines up right here in this range. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't hit something around 10 cents just below or just above, right? 13.7 cents might be the high. But again, that's like end of year stuff, not end of cycle. End of cycle, I mean, 100x from here would put you at 42 cents. We've got targets up there. We've got targets that are beyond 100x, right? And below, because let's be fair, you just because we've made sense out of 100x and beyond doesn't mean that you have to go there. It could go less than that. At what would be just under 100x? Well, 30 cents, 38 cents, that area. Yeah, it's possible that that's where you stop. 66 cents, it's possible that's where you stop. Can you go all the way up to $1.45, $1.24? Probably not. Probably not. That's probably not going to happen. So I think the maximum effort that you're going to see from this thing by the end of this cycle would be then 66 cents. We're deriving that from two places, okay? The 2272, typically you don't stop there. You do go just above it. If we were to go just above it and maybe to the limit of just above it, that 2618, typically you don't go above the 2618. Typically you don't. And being that these are both fibs from very significant retracements, really the only retracements you've had in your life, and they're lining up in the same area, I feel pretty confident about saying Turbo will see a 30 to 66 cent price by the end of this bull run, which should be in, I would think, May of 2026, but it could be March, April, May, somewhere in that time frame. That's my genuine thoughts. It could go later. I don't think so though, but we'll see. If it goes later, we'll know. Hopefully we'll know, and I'll be watching the cycle top indicators like a hawk to let you know. I want to do some short-term analysis. Again, I think that the main emphasis of this video is probably well established at this point, that we are about to see a miraculous move to the upside that we have not broken out yet. And I think this is an important message for the Turbonites out there. If you are interested in holding on to Turbo for this move, do not get distracted with other coins, okay? Maybe you're holding 10 coins. Maybe you're holding 10 meme coins, and this is the one meme coin that's not pumping yet, or one of them's pumping like Toshi, and the rest of them are being boring. Don't compile your boring coins into the exciting coin, because you'll miss out whenever the boring ones turn exciting. Everything takes its turn. Nothing is more special than the other. They're all the same. They're all the same. They're all going to pump. They all just take their turns. This one's next in line, right? Toshi is having its fun now, and I very much believe that Toshi's going to continue to run. I very much do believe that. It might have a little turbulence here or there, but I very much believe it will run more. But Turbo has yet to break out, right? It's going to. Just have patience, have faith. It's going to do its thing, okay? I want to do some short-term analysis, and then we'll wrap this video up. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. Man, from the FOMC meeting, when was that? The 18th. Let's go from this relative low to here. You're already up 6%. That's nice. It might feel like it's late. If you're waiting for lower prices, I'm just telling you right now, stop waiting. Just get in, man. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do what you want with your money, but damn, that 1 hour looks bullish on the RSI. The stochastics look bullish, and the MACD bouncing off the zero. Are you kidding me? You look fantastic, Turbo. You're revving up your engine right now, buddy. You're going to do some good things. 4 hour RSI getting overbought, not getting oversold, bouncing off the oversold zone. Stochastics reaching for the overbought zone. And the MACD, well, the MACD, in all honesty, is kind of pathetic. But it has the potential to build to good things from here. So two good-looking things with one potentially good thing. Overall, kind of bearish right now. Yeah, cool. Looks fine. These are some serious 4 hour candles to the upside, right? You haven't seen this since your last movement up here. If we look at this from a relative low, from back on the first day of this month of September to the high here, you bounced right off your golden ratio. You're having a perfect reaction. There's zero doubt in my mind that Turbo is next on the chopping block. And what I mean is it's putting the bears on the chopping block. You better not be a bear for this thing, because damn, it's gonna do well over the coming days. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you wake up tomorrow and this thing's above half a cent. Here we are, bouncing off the 50, looking like we want to get overbought. Same thing with the stochastics. MACD is about to cross above the zero. You've got so much going on for you, man. Yeah, this thing, it's going to pump. It's going to be, and if you're looking to get into it, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, it's not too late, but it's about to be. My statement, my closing statement here would be this. If you're looking to buy Turbo here, but C-Zar, it's up 8% this week already. I could have bought it when it was lower, but it went up. I'm going to wait for it to go lower. But C-Zar, it's up 28% this month, 22% this month. I could have bought it at the low, but I didn't, so I want to wait for it to go lower. If that's you, understand that that's fine. Wait for it to go lower. Maybe it goes lower. Maybe it does go lower. And if it does, I hope you capitalize. But understand this. If you don't capitalize now for this, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, you're going to miss out on this thing, which is undeniably going to happen. And don't you dare ask me the questions or say the statement, C-Zar, I thought about buying here, but I didn't. What should I do now? You know what I mean? Look elsewhere. Everything's going to pump. Everything's going to pump. Look for the one that hasn't pumped yet, right? Look for the boring one. Everything takes its turn. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing takes its turn. I think that this will be a very well-timed video between now and the end of this month, genuinely. But I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you're enjoying yourselves today. I hope you had a good time in this video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves.